Hey everyone, just a quick word before we get started on this beer review. If you're interested in purchasing any of these beers that you see on my channel, stick around to the end of the video and I will tell you where you can purchase them at online. Now, isn't that lovely? Have beer shipped right to your home and don't have to go anywhere. All right, enjoy the video. Cheers to that. Hello, my friends. Here we are once again to sample some more great tasting American craft beers with Dave. Absolutely. Now for our sampling pleasures and tasting delights today. One of my favorite breweries from the Pacific Northwest. This is the Deschutes Brewing Company. They're located in Bend, Oregon, and this is the Pacific Wonderland Lager. It checks in at 5.5% alcohol by volume, and the IBUs are 40. This is bottle conditioned. I can never recall ever seeing a bottle conditioned lager. I just don't recall. Could have had one along the way. Just don't recall it. It's very rare, I can tell you that. Now the date stamp on here says we should have enjoyed this 3 months ago. Yeah. What can I tell you? It's my fault. I don't remember how I came to be in possession of this beer. But I wasn't drinking very much beer over the holidays, and I just recently started to pick it up again here. So, it's my fault. It's my fault. And it's bottle conditioned, though. We'll open it carefully here. It's bottle conditioned, and it's a lager. Now, because it's a lager, just the fact that it's a lager, we wouldn't have to necessarily worry about it, but it's a lager and it's bottle conditioned. So I think it should be pretty good. You know, it should have held up pretty good. Now, since it's bottle conditioned, you may not be able to see it, but there's some sediment there in the bottom of the bottle, so I'm going to pour it very carefully so as not to disturb that sediment. The sediment won't hurt you at all. And if this beer were still in date, I wouldn't have any problem at all drinking it. But since it's so far past prime, I'm going to leave it where it's at. And you'll notice here, that's poured out quite lovely, as you would expect a bottle-conditioned beer too. It's got a lot of lively carbonation, as we would expect with a bottle-conditioned brew. It's a very interesting color. Now, it's not cloudy or hazy, whichever you want to call it, because I held out that last ounce. That last ounce, if I were to pour it in here, would change the entire complexion of the beer immediately. It would become murky. You wouldn't be able to see through it, and that's fine. You know, and I might do that just to show you what happens. But this is a very beautiful, clear golden color, made about one finger of a nice bright white head there, lightly carbonated. Wow, that's what bottle conditioning will do for you. That's what it'll do. Still, after all this time, there's some lovely floral hops in here, and I get some orange peel and some lovely grapefruit, some nice citrus in here. I think this is going to be a pretty good beer. So let's thank the brewers at Deschutes Brewing Company out there in Bend, Oregon for brewing this lovely beer, and thank you for watching. Cheers. You know, like I said, that's the testament to good brewing. I said once, and I'll say it again. This is a lager, and it's bottle conditioned. So those two things are highly in favor of a good beer, even if it is 3 months past prime. And it is very good. And I am going to give this 5 stars. It's a solid gold beer, and I'm going to tell you why. Because the beautiful floral hop aromas come through in the flavor as well. This has a nice, dry, bitter finish, but not overly so. Because remember, it's a lager, not an IPA. And it has lovely orange peel in there, some grapefruit. Man, and there's something else in there. I'm telling you, I don't know. Let me look. Let me read this. I got a light over here. Let me move this, and put this over here by the light. Excuse me for just a minute. Let me read here. You know what? I don't see any. I thought there was something on the label. Maybe that was on the website I read. I thought there was something else in there, but it's got some very nice citrus notes in there. I can tell you that.
that is a damn fine beer. And let's pause for a minute. Let's look at the lacing. I mean, this is a well-crafted beer. Consider this. If you would have had this, or I would have had this rather, fresh 3 months ago, my God, it would have knocked me on my ass. Wouldn't I say, wow, that is fantastic? Because I'm still saying that now. That's a testament to good brewing, no doubt. That is a very fine beer. And what I'm going to do, since this is 3 months past prime, it must come out sometime early in the summer. So we're approaching summer again. I would definitely look for this and pick it up fresh. I bet this is a very fine beer after a long day of whatever you do. You know, I'm not going to sit here and say work, because I don't work anymore. Work, play, whatever, recreation. All right, my friends, very light-bodied, easy drinking. It's got some nice hop in there, too. I'll tell you, it's got a slightly dry, bitter finish on there, and I don't know if that's because the hops in here have aged. I don't know what it is. I don't know if the brewers intended it to be like that, but it's very good. Perfect, perfect. Let me run out of here. Life is short and we got things to do. Isn't that right? Absolutely. Until we meet next time, here's wishing all of you the very best of goodbyes. And as always, cheers.
Okay, everyone. As promised, Dr. Dave's going to tell you where he buys his beers and where you can buy them also. First on the list is rivalrybrews.com. Now, don't worry, I'm going to put the links in the description box for you. Rivalry Brews is a relatively new mail order place. It's based right here in Ohio, in Medina, and they are fantastic. I tell you what, when they first started, I got free shipping on all the beers. Now I think they charge me $2. $2 for 12 beers. That's fantastic. Now, as far as I know, they ship to the lower 48, but you might want to check the website on that. I can't be 100% sure. But the shipping is fast. The turnaround is fast. And if anything's wrong, they will fix it right away. I only had one issue with them, and they refunded half my purchase order, which I thought was more than fair. More than fair. So anyway, by the way, disclaimer, I don't get any money on any of this. I'm not affiliated with any of these beer companies. They don't know I'm doing this. I'm just telling you where to buy the beer. Now, one day I may be affiliated, and if I am at that point, I'll certainly let you know. So, Rivalry Brews, located right here in Ohio, they specialize in Ohio beers, beers from Pennsylvania and Indiana. So, if you want some good Ohio craft beer, that's a good place to start. The second one on my list, oh, I love this place. It's called Halftime Beer. Halftime Beer has two locations in New York State, Poughkeepsie, and I believe it's pronounced Mamaroneck. Mamaroneck. Yeah, don't quote me on that pronunciation. I tried my best. Yeah, anyway, they have more beer online than you could possibly look at in a day. I'm telling you, they have beer everywhere on that website. And all you have to do is go on there, make your selection, and have it shipped. Now, they do have gift boxes, which come with a really nice cooler. Yeah, and you can't beat it. It's $5 shipping on those special orders. Now, on the other beers, the shipping can get a little bit pricey, but I've never had an order for more than $20 shipping, which I think is really good for 12 bottles of beer. Now, if you get cans, it's less cost because it weighs less. And that's what costs the money is the weight and the size of the box. So, yeah, check them out. Now, I belong to two of their what's known as Beer of the Month Club. I'm in their German Beer of the Month Club, so I get 12 bottles from six different breweries, two of each, once a month. And there's a lot of beers in there that I've never heard of from Germany. I thought I had them all, not even close. And then I have the Around the World Beer Club, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's beers from all over the world. So far, I only got one beer that I didn't really like. It happens. It happens. And, you take your chances on that. But I got some beer from South Korea, of all places, South Korea. I thought it was really, really good. Now, last on the list, but not least, and I didn't put these in any particular order, it's the Best Damn Beer Shop. Now, they're out of San Diego, and they have a killer selection. I'm telling you. Matter of fact, talking about all this beer, I'm going to have one here. Mm, that's just a regular run of the mill Pilsner, German style, but it hits the spot on a day like this. Anyway, Best Damn Beer Shop. Woo! Now, their shipping, they require you to choose in lots of six. So you can get 6, 12, 18, 24 is the maximum. And their shipping is reasonable considering I'm on the East Coast and they're on the West Coast. Yeah, the shipping is generally about $19 for a 12 bottle selection, which I don't think is a lot. $19? No, I don't think that's a lot. Now, the more beer you buy, the less money it's going to cost. That's just a fact of economics. So if you want to buy six beers, it's going to cost more to ship it than the 12. Hey, I don't make the rules, man. Just buy more beer. You save more money on shipping. What can I tell you? Yeah, but they're a great place, and so all three of those places, Rivalry Brews for Ohio beers, and then you have the Halftime Beverage, which is in New York. They have a selection on everything, and same thing with Best Damn Beer Shop. Now, if you want some West Coast beers that you can't find in your town, that's the place to buy them at. Last but not least, people always ask me, what is that on your beer glass? Well, I bought it at Amazon, Amazon.com. It's called a vacuum vin. Vacuum vin. And if I'm not mistaken, it's from Sweden, if I'm not mistaken. And the inside of it is lined with special material. So what you do is you put this in the freezer, you let it sit overnight, and then you put your beverage in here, and it will maintain that beverage at around 38 degrees, which is really cold for a beer. But I like my pilsners cold. Now, if you already have a beer that warmed up, put it in here and it'll bring it to the proper temperature, no doubt. And I said last, but I was mistaken. This is the last thing I want to talk about. Dr. Dave's beer glasses. Now, I did sell these a number of years ago when I had my other beer channel. And this is a new design, though. This is a different design. Now, I could sell these if there's enough interest in them, but I have to order them about 144 at a time. So I don't want to order them unless there's some real interest in them. Now, it's difficult to see on here, but it says Dr. Dave's cheap ass beer reviews. Yeah, it's not really going to come out that well there on the camera. But I would sell these at cost. Now, I'm not trying to make any money on them. I think it cost me 14.98 to have those made. So I would sell them at the same price. Now I don't know, the price could have gone up because I did buy those a few years back. So, but I would sell them at cost if anybody's interested. But like I said, I don't get any money off these links. There's no affiliate links here. I'm not making any money. I just wanted to let everybody know where I buy my beer so you could buy it too. Oh, and you know, I almost forgot the Amazing Clubs Beer of the Month Club. Amazing clubs. I'll put all the links in the description box. Knock yourself out. Hey, thanks for watching, okay? And Dr. Dave says cheers to that.